Visionary entrepreneurs, life changers, how are you? Wow. Want to show you something first? This is a friend, the plant friend sent to me a few years ago. Let me see, it's now from a little tiny stuff, and now I've already grown it something extended. You know, this kind of plant, and it's like a vine getting to a long. This is long stems, and also they've already get the flowers. How cute is that, right? I know this kind of plant. I don't know exactly the name in English, but I know they are great for they're great plants for indoor, like indoor air purifier. This is like a natural air purifier. So how cute is that? These little tiny flowers, the white flowers. I hope I could have more time to do all this kind of gardening stuff. Could be surrounded by all these beautiful plants. Just a little bit mess because they have getting long ones here. And I think this kind of plant, they can also, with this kind of root, you see, they can live in the air. By the way, sorry for today, a little bit late because we were trying, as I announced, I was trying at the beginning to live stream from Zoom. So because I want to show you some screen sharing, but it seems like Zoom today is not letting me to go live streaming. So I'm coming back to Facebook Live. So how are you, visionary entrepreneur, life changers? No matter what, it's no matter what, sometimes it surprises, right? Sometimes maybe the technology is not cooperating, but we still go live and we'll still have great messages to share with you, okay? So we will always have a way. And like a mentor, I remember during the weekend I was listening to some live video, and a mentor mentioned about speak not to problems, speak to solutions every day, okay? Always choose to speak to solutions and focus on positivities. And today, our new episode for our Momentum Monday. How are you looking forward to our new episode, right? And today is already our 78th episodes of our Momentum Monday weekly, every week at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. And last week, the whole week, I hope you got some like our live videos, like clips. Every day, 5 days, we'll be on the challenge, make more content challenge. Yay, we accomplished it. And make sure you will double check. And today actually is our last day of watching all the replays for free inside of our Facebook challenge group. Okay, so make sure that you will check my other posts. You will not miss it on the top of my posts. We shared to invite you to join the challenge and join our challenge group. Even though now it's last week we finished, but today is the last day through the weekend, and so last day for people to freely access our replay. But even though you may not have time to finish by the end of today, and you could still upgrade to our VIP to get all the unlimited time access of all the replays and the challenge assignments and our extended support to the end of June. Okay, so that's what happened last week. And I remember last week I was constantly creating new content. I had hosted a challenge before, quite a few years ago already, and I hosted at least 3 or 4 times of challenges. And this time is a little bit different. Fully, it's focused on content itself, right? So where I've been sharing the training, my best practice and strategies. At the same time, I'm also playing as a role model, right? Creating the content, and every day I'm creating. And last week I was also attending challenge where I'm teaching students. For example, I shoot all these live videos, right? And then I created all those I call them 1 minute or 2 minutes short, brief, quick highlights video clips. I finally did that and used my cell phone to use the InShots, very simple application. I figured out how to use that and how to use that to trim a small clip of a video from dozens from over 1 hour of video to get just 1 minute to get that essence, to get some of this highlights and then to share, right? I found that's very effective marketing way. Okay, definitely do that. It's like a part of a repurpose of content. And today, this episode, the most interesting I want to ask you. Today I want to show you, by the way, initially I want to show you through the like Zoom screen share some videos of you, some of my clients, their epiphany moments, their epiphany, how their life transformed, right, from their own words. But because we cannot do the screen share, by the way, and let me double check, like sounds like I think Facebook Live could not also do the screen share. So what I could do, I could use two ways. One is later to show you from my screen the audio. Hopefully you couldn't listen to it about the clients their sharing. Or I could use my cell phone. That's another way, right? A cell phone to play my video. Okay, so we got solutions, right? And we even have multiple solutions, alternatives. Let me make sure that I have it here. Yeah, I will show you later. So don't worry about that part now, right? But first I want to ask you, what is your biggest challenge in your life and business? I hope you are our visionary entrepreneurs and life changer, right? If you are that, I believe that you already started doing some the business. You can call that your passion, something you feel like very inspired and passionate about, right? So, but what is your biggest challenge now in your life? Any area, and especially about yourself and about this passion business. What are you struggling with? What's your number one challenge? Make sure that feel free to comment under my video, okay? And that will be interesting for the interaction. And then, by the way, we did the statistics, and also we did the survey, or you can call the poll, on the Facebook, inside of our Facebook entrepreneur abundant entrepreneurs group. The majority of people, we give quite some multiple choices, right? And people can also add their own choices, like what's their number one top challenge of growing their business. Guess what? The top three challenges. Number one is create their strategic, attractive, and converting content. Yeah, that's now you know why we got the last week the challenge, make more content challenge. And then the second challenge was about to create a like irresistible offer. The third one is really about the time management, about managing people's their own performance and efficiency. So now you know that top three challenges, but number one is really on the content, because even through the challenges here, I want to quickly have an overview of the challenges we did last week. We have some of you, challenge makers, or maybe other people, right? You are curious about the data. Oh, how many people are registered, and how many are really like taking the challenges, right? I would like share with you, like we have, for example, we have the funnel, right? We're using funnel to track our customers' experience, and over 50% of people who saw our challenge page and signed in, over 50%, but only, like say, the people who showed up live, about only 10% people, just a few of them. And but it's great, right? It was still great. We had people showed up live, and every day we have people live interact with me. We had a great session. Had a great energy and interaction. So that's wonderful. But it's a pity, majority other people, 90% of them did not really showing up. So I just want to use some percentage and the statistic data to tell with you the stories, okay? And then among, it's just like generic, not just for our challenge, it's just like a generic marketing statistics said that. And among all those people who signed up, and maybe only 5% of them will take action, right? Some people who did not show up live, or some of them because of time difference could not show up live, and some of them later they even shoot up some like a live video to share with us or share their inspirations. So just like around 5% of people of all those signed up, right, really take some actions, and then eventually only 1% of people really take action and be fully committed and go to a next level. It's just like that little. So now you understand, no wonder why majority entrepreneurs, right, especially during the first year, and even doesn't matter whichever year, right, every year we have so many entrepreneurs like fail, like startups fail. Like majority percent, they said that over 76% of entrepreneurs would report that their number one failure reason is that our products are not needed in the market, because they could not find it. They create something they're passionate about, they feel like it's great, and it's like it's wonderful, and they released it in the market and launched it, but eventually nobody's buying it. So the number one reason is that they fail because nobody is buying their products or program. But what's the true reason, right? The true reason is really, did they do enough great tests or market research to truly understand who they are helping? What is their top problem? Are they really needing the things they want to create to solve their problems, right? And what's the benefit? How you help them, and what are the benefits you can bring to them? If they are really, if you did this, like we call it a niche, right? If you did the niche work very carefully, very prepared, even before you launch, you will gain like a bigger ratio of maybe success, right? Ratio, instead of just falling into the like a flat or like failure. It's really like you need to understand before you even launch who are your real clients. Like I, for example, if for this challenge, make more content challenge, I did the market research, right? I did the survey, the poll to understand people's needs, and even ask them to vote for the challenge name. And eventually I choose the simplest name I could find, even though maybe it's not the fanciest, right? It could be like a genius, smart names, but eventually I listened to my mentor. I choose some very simple one. People, it's easy to say and to remember. So I engaged my audience even before I launch things, right? So that should be the way. And but majority entrepreneurs, they fail to do that kind of a level of research preparation and truly understand the clients, and especially understand their challenges in their own ways. Are they really looking for? They are already looking for the product that you could provide and solving them problems. Are they ready to invest, right? So all those pre like questions you need really ask yourself and answer it. So this part about the challenges, right? That's why we are asking you again. Do you know? Fully know. Even some people are not sure about their challenges. If you are not sure about your problems, how could you find the solutions, right? So you need to first be clear about your challenges. Where is the biggest challenges? And similarly to for content, right? For the make more content, so many people they dare not to. At first it's like they are not fully committed by not showing up totally. Like they sign up something and they did not showing up at all. Is that cannot say how much they are committed to their own business. And every day, if they are not showing up to the challenge which they signed up, and they are also not showing up to create content to deliver their message in the market. So that's why you seldom say other people, those people like except I know those busy people and very committed and full-time present people are also those successful ones. The other people, majority of them followers, and they are still like wondering why I could not make success, why I do not have clients. But they are not thinking that are you fully presenting there? Are you delivering messages there? Are you creating content? Are you providing your offers? The answer is no, right? The answer is no. How could you expect that you get a constant clients? There's some like a very interesting issue. For example, we have in our abundant entrepreneur groups, right? Before people joining as our member, we have questions for them to answer. Some of them they do not answer question and want to join, and some of them are so how to say that? I don't know how to say that. It's just like so people. I don't know how they are thinking. Like their problem. They said, my problem is to get a constant clients or constant like customers. So I find a constant needs, something like that. But when we are providing the free things for them to exactly teach them how to create the content, how to present, how to attract more constant needs and potential clients, they are not even would like to provide in their email to get the free gifts. How difficult is that? You could just simply provide an email, get a gift, and then unsubscribe, right? If you are smart enough, at least you get a gift And then if you do not want to bother by following like a newsletter, if you do not think that will be very valuable to you, even though I know it's 100% and more than that, super valuable to you. But if you really do not want to receive more email, just cancel it or unsubscribe to it, right? But they did not even take that kind of a little effort. Just share email and get the gift. So that's just like feeling like that's a funny story. Like people, somebody said that God is not saving him during the flood. He's sitting on the roof of the how to say the house, and the flooding is increasing, and he's waiting for God. And the boat passed by him, and the jet plane passed by him, and what all these people helping people passed by him. He said, "No, I will wait for my God to save me." And eventually what he died, and he went to the heaven to ask God, why didn't you help me? And God said, I sent a boat, I sent the people to help you, I sent the jet plane, right? And you did not take the help. How funny is that? I know it's just like a probable, right? It's just like some like a story, but it's just like really the meaning there. I hope you understand the meaning. So here is really fully first understand your challenges, okay? And now the second, what could you learn from these entrepreneurs? Yeah, this here is like some entrepreneurs I want to show you. Okay, it's actually some of them, they are my clients. I want to show you because I do not want to boast other people's results, but at least I know how here's some case studies, right? How my clients they made it. Let me see. Maybe I could show you from my cell phone. I'm not sure if my cell phone is clear for you. And this is my actually, if you visit my YouTube channel from my cell phone, Spring Zheng Abundance Coaching. If you scroll down, I have many. It's actually easier from your laptop. Okay, from a computer, it's easier to see all those playlists. You see that the playlist from all my speaking, my Momentum Monday playlist, and let's see, and make more content challenge highlights. By the way, I have all those like 1-2 minutes highlights there. Make sure you visit my YouTube channel. And oh, now here, see, this is my clients, like their testimonial to me, but you can also at the same time say what's their true epiphanies. That's what I want to show you. Maybe I click one to show you the first one.
Kind of the springboard for process in my life, structure and discipline, and making some semblance out of the chaos of my life. So I appreciate that. A couple things I learned on my process. Dreams are not going to just show up when you wake up every day. They require your attention. They require your commitment. They require your effort, your action, you to get dirty in discovering who you want to be, instead of I can pray all day long for God to bring my dream to me, but I need to put action forward to do that, right? And the second point is I learned, and you were the first time I'd ever done this years ago, until I made a financial commitment to my future through a program like yours or even subsequent programs, only then did I really commit to something different. Had I not made a financial commitment, I would continue to have fear over my future, have confusion, have no discipline in understanding how do I go about figuring my life and who I am.
Yeah, that's Eric actually. The brief introduction about Eric. He came to me when he was he called himself a wanderer.
It has always started with the call to
Sorry, let me see.
fighting and winning for our
That's YouTube's advertisement, right? They could not wait. Yeah, he came to me when he called himself wanderer. What means wanderer? He's a faithful person, but he's still not quite sure his direction. He has a fear of his life, not sure about he deserve that happiness and abundance, and has a fears about the future, not uncertainty, right? And he has not have that kind of confidence about his call. He has already launched his nonprofit called Hope for the Silent Voices. Um, but he's already like a courageous leader. But inside of him, he knows how much he's been struggling and not sure about the future. Which side? During that time, he's still like running his nonprofit at the same time, working for working as an entrepreneur, like a security expert to sign contracts with his clients. So he's uncertain about his career future as well. And during that time, he met me and he hired me as his coach, and coached him to really find what he is made of, and really find, like you heard about his testimonial, his epiphany is really, I would say, summarize both. One is like overcome his fears to really find the hope, find the abundance for his future, and also is he know that he because he's a faithful person, he's a God's warrior, but the majority of the time he may spend more time in prayers, put a hope in God, instead of like we call what's the true law of attraction, right? You put a faith there, you ask, you pray, you wish for it, but many people miss the last most important step, that is that take action and create it, because God created you as a creator. You could not just like wait there, pray to God, and let God to do the things, right? You need co-create things. And like I mentioned, like your purpose and your vision is your life's blueprint that God gave to you. So it's not just like you have the daydream or crazy imagination. If you could have a great vision and a dream, that means that could be the blueprint, exact blueprint God wants you to fulfill. And He invites you to become the creator, to co-create together with Him. So do not wait there to pray and waiting for things to happen. You need to become, really step into your call and become the creator to make it happen. So that's where he got his epiphany, and also financially he overcame his fears. Like previously before me, he never invested in any coaching. So even though he's a good learner and invest himself maybe by some like other regular way, like reading books and do some simple events or webinars, but he never really hired coach, as like a private client, as a coach to fully focus the time to coach him. And he invested not just like my regular coaching program and also VIP programs. So that's why he grew so quickly, just within some months, a few months. Even though he renewed, we had a coaching relationship for over 1 year. He then became the thought leader he is called to become. So that's what touched me so much. Like through coaching, it's like I'm not boasting myself, right? But it's really, this is God's blessing for me, and He's a blessing to me as well, right? Because my clients are all my blessings in my life, and I take every one of them as my blessing, like blessed from God for me to help them at the right time. And for he, through the coaching, and he stand out, really step up for his call and collect his courage and overcome his fears. And by the way, the first 3 months, because of the coaching, because of the financial investment in himself, he gained that kind of confidence and believe in himself and believe in the call he's taking from God. And guess what? Just within 3 months, he got a new contract over 6 figure. So, and we celebrated, he said that's his first 6 figure in his life. And we were so happy, and he continued to coach him. And now he is the thought leader with his nonprofit organization and leading many people, like from the US to South Asian people, and helping those vulnerable women and children, to help those kids to have the better life environment and also a better education. And he invited me to do to give their like kids, the students, a free as my sponsorship, right, for them to give them a like a vision class, a vision coaching. And I taught those kids how to discover their dreams, how to design their vision board. And guess what? Those kids, and they later, after 1 week, they returned their vision board to us. how beautiful it is, and we ignited all those little dreams and beautiful passions, and those colorful vision boards. I still keep them, and they are displaying that on their walls in the South Asia, Bangladesh. I think it's Bangladesh, and all those. Oh, that's a beautiful hearts and souls. Those kids, including some of them, they are deaf. They could not speak, but their smiles, the lights in their eyes, and we really ignited that. So I'm so proud that Eric, and that's why later I invited him to do some speaking in events. I was invited. I was a host and guest speaker. I invited him to do the speaking to inspire more other people, my audience as well. So I'm so proud that he is his epiphany time. He had this turning point and transformation of his life, and now as a leader he could impact many other people. So that's what made me so proud of, you know so humbled and also so proud of what I'm doing now. And so I'm so happy for Eric. And now he's now he's could be the independent thought leader now, and without me, I know he knows that I'm always here to support him, but he's there claiming his own power, his own energy, his own abundance to impact many other people. So now I want to show you the next one. Want to see another one? Here's some.
Not interactive, and that is a problem because for me myself, I really like to have this done with you, not I give you the information and then you do it yourself. I don't like that so much because I want to really have somebody guide me through this. And that's what I got with Spring. Often it was one-on-one coaching, sometimes it was a very small group. And she didn't just give you the information, well, you have to do this and this, but rather she did it with you. So she asked me questions about my target group, and then she helped me to formulate my right marketing sentences, words to create my programs. She really does that, and that's a hard work. But through her experience, she was able to help me out to craft my messages, to define my niche specifically. And now my podcast is very, very specific. So right now with this new niche, I'm really, really much more efficient in making my podcast. It's even more fun, I would say, than before. And I thank Spring for everything, for her help. I believe this is just the beginning. In the future, I'm very excited when Spring can help me out to do even more. After I got my offers out, my niche, I can help them out more. I can even write a book, so I'm excited for that. Spring is really, I'm impressed by how much experience she has. And I see her posts all the time with attending classes with Tony Robbins, Dean Graziosi. She is very, very persistent, and I'm really impressed by that. And that really is infectious. So I'm really, really thankful for all the help, Spring, and I recommend it for everybody.
Okay, so that's Paco. So here is another case study about Paco. Paco Gore, I think his last name Gore. He came from Germany. He speaks both Germany and German and also Chinese. He learned Chinese later when he in his college time, and then he became so fluent just in a few short 1 or 2, 3 years. He became so fluent and so passionate about it, and then he started to share his strategies and learning tips and to help other people to learn Chinese. But during that time, still when he met me, he was an entrepreneur and actually trying to promoting other companies, some other big companies program. And very interesting, he tried to recruit me, right? We met on LinkedIn, and I share so much content. By the way, content is important, okay? And today I still have quite some people and new strangers came reach out to me from LinkedIn. They saw they noticed my post, and they are so inspired and they want to connect with me and want to cooperate with me, right? So Paco is one of them, and he reached out to me and want to he applause to me, or my content inspired him, and at the same time he inquired me what I'm doing, and I want to say if I may need another company's program. Very interesting. And through our interaction and our talk, and actually he became my coaching client. How funny is that, right? So but during that time he was not sure about his if he wants to do his own business or not, because he's still like a sales representative of another company. He only had an idea about what he is passionate about. He's passionate about the Chinese, right? And I want to teach people Chinese. And he's interested in speaking. That's why he started his podcast. It's called Top Speakers. And but during that time, he's like it's just like his hobby, like his interest, not serious yet, right? So after he met me, and we talked about what's the possibility for us to help him to turn his idea into a business. So through just a short a few months, we helped him to craft everything, right? To clarify his purposeful and profitable niche, and from the niche there, and we helped him to design his branding, his offer, irresistible offer, and all his content and his messages, what he could share. Just after launching, just a few months, right? Let me see. He joined our Abundance U inner circle and learned a few months, and then after preparing everything, we encourage him to launch. After launch, just within 1 or 2 months, he got paid clients. Everyone is paying him over $1,000 for his initial program, teaching them Chinese in Germany and teaching those European people and all those international people in Europe to learn Chinese and doing the international business. How wonderful is that, right? And even more than that, and I also taught in our package, right? In our coaching package, we also give a gift called abundance meditation and activation to boost his energy. And with that newfound energy and abundance and confidence, he won 2 times of public speaking in Chinese competition, #1 position, 2 times, right? So that from there you could see how the abundance coaching could empower you to make things only impossible to possible. And by the way, I even gained some paid speaking opportunities from there. Okay, so through a coaching, all the new opportunities came in. That's Paco's example. He's a epiphany, you heard about him. He likes to he's at a you can see that he's still young in his 20s. He needs that a coaching and mentoring, that of a guidance. It's really step by step and also holding his hands. Nobody really likes just a video course, right? Just like for example, me, I bought some a video course and also including some info course. But how many of that you put on your shelf and never really open it anymore, or just listen to a beginning and then stop it and never return to it, right? We are all human beings. We need hands hands in hand kind of holding your hand guidance step by step to done with you instead of how to say just prepare something you are on your own to learn by yourself and figure out everything by yourself. I actually invested so many 5-figure mastermind programs with those masters, the greatest ones. They did inspire me and great things on my let's say mindset. But all those offers and the content and niche, everything, those details, I had to invest so many programs and then to figure out by myself as well at the same time. But in our program, just one program, we are some partners said your program is really like a whole package from end to end, right? It's just like from your idea to your niche, to your purposeful and profitable niche, not just just for selling niche, okay? It's really your purposeful and profitable niche, something you could do that for the rest of your life, and something you will be proud of, and something will make you feel fulfilling, and also help you to craft your core offers and your branding, your core messages, your stories, what to share, strategically design what kind of content to share or not, and how to get your needs and your clients. It's really like from end to end, from idea to your sales, right? And at the same time, build up your business empire online. How good is that? And all the organic traffic. Okay, so and Paco is really get the inspiration from not just done with you, hands in hands guidance and step by step mentoring and support. You also get that energy, that persistence, like he mentioned about the persistence and the inspirations he kept getting from us, from our coaching and from our role modeling. So that is we never stop learning, so that our clients will always get better. Every day, every time they meet me, every week we meet in a coaching session, I am a new person already. I learn from the best of best. I invested, hundreds of thousands of dollars, invest myself and learning every day and be refresh myself every day. So that my clients can also get the best in the industry. All right, so that's from Paco. And now a further example, another third one. I want to show you one. Let me see another client to see his epiphany, because this is a great case as well. Let me show you. By the way, here.
I don't know that I needed that, but I realized I had hit a wall. No matter how hard I would work, no matter what I would produce, if you don't think of what you're doing holistically, if you don't think about how you're serving the world, about volunteer efforts, inspiring people who work for you, inspiring people who work with you, right? Seeing the people who you lead as also as peers and equals, and then also seeing your leaders as people you can sometimes inspire too, right? All these extra things that I wasn't thinking about became apparent in my conversations with Spring. So the first time I met with Spring, I talked about some of the problems I was having, just minor things like the office politics. And Spring immediately kind of, I'd say, sprung to action and immediately used her her mindset, her kind of holistic mindset to say, well, here are things, I understand. She fully understood my work situation. And she was like, here are some things you should be thinking about, bigger picture things. Not just like this office politics of who's doing what or what partner is fighting with whom or whatever, but like, what can you do to improve yourself so you can get to the next level? And so immediately I started to see positive results. Even in the practical sense, things that I normally measure as like, success, like in terms of getting a promotion, moving to a different company, getting things done, building up a business within a business. So even though I have a little bit of background in entrepreneurship, I was able to move into a position within a larger company where I'm again operating like an entrepreneur. I have a set of clients I support. I have a budget. I have people who work on a team that, what they produce has to do with how much revenue is brought in for the firm. So all this stuff, I was given a position of greater leadership and autonomy because of the advice and because of this holistic type of thinking that I got from my regular sessions with Spring. So I want to both thank Spring here and also highlight to people that you really can't give enough focus to developing yourself. You really need to.
Guess that. Yeah. So I hope you get that message. You really need to develop yourself, no matter what you do, right? Especially you want to get success. Actually, this case, his name is Sambit. He actually has an Indian background, and he's both entrepreneur and also working for. Initially, when I met him, he was working in like a middle-sized, like a medium level of investment company. He's like an expert in investment technology. And during that time, his career is not very clear yet, right? He has both entrepreneurship and also working for the corporate. And after we met, we helped him to really clarify what should be his focus and should be his thinking, and also including like we were talking about the content, right? Even for him working for someone like other companies, how could he use the content to increase his value, to share valuable information, and also to understand what's his value and how could he use the content to really to evaluate his the values and his standard, his niche actually. No matter where you are doing, like in business, in entrepreneurship, and working for other companies, you can all find your niche where it's like who are your ideal audience, right? Or your ideal clients, and what problems they have that you could help them solve, and how you can help them solve, right? We use this kind of the similar logic and philosophy and like strategies, help him to use content to help them to get like strategic partnerships, strategic like mentorship and strategic relationships, connections, and that helped him just within 3 months, really within 3 months since our coaching. He landed a great opportunity and then get into a Fortune 100 company, and his income increased $500,000, and that's like we were joking like it's 100 more than 100 times of his initial coaching investment, right? So that's why he was so satisfied and so happy and excited for his new opportunities. And we continued his like coaching, and he's getting new opportunities. So here's the example, his epiphany, like you heard about him. Somebody initially his mindset is like this, so like so narrowed down to like what is happening around him, right? And how could he get the next like better offer, more money, and a better position like that, right? But then after we expanded that, he understood better about his niche, his value, and what kind of information or content and things he could share, and what kind of relationships he could build up, and that helped him to get a better relationship, like a greater opportunities for his personal growth and also for his career development. And also at the same time, he's doing like entrepreneurship in Fortune 100 companies environment. How good is that, right? He has his autonomy and his like leadership position, and also resources to to support him to make the decisions and suggest the things, like innovative ways he wants to develop that business unit. And his epiphany is really like a holistic thinking, and also the abundance thinking, how you could you know get out of your previous limitation, limiting beliefs and limiting thinking way, and really get into more holistic and big picture and abundance thinking, and focus more on your personal development before you could really land better opportunities, get a better income, and really help more people, right? So that's so far we shared three cases. I hope that's inspiring to you. Those people, I feel like those clients, they're like just like my best friends, part of my best friends circle. And it's so great to witness them, from original persons who they were to become who they really are, to embrace, to really overcome their fears, overcome their limiting beliefs, and to embrace who they are called to become. And it's really like see that unlimited potential, and bravely to step up to create it, to become the creator, to take that full responsibility, to take that, fully commit to themselves, and including the financial commitment, right, to invest in themselves. That needs a big courage, because none of them, by the way, yeah, none of them, three of them before me, none of them hired any coach, never experienced any coaching before, okay? So I was their first coach, maybe the last one as well. And I'm so feeling so honored and blessed to witness their transformations and epiphany. So now my question to you, my friend, what would be your epiphany, right? Are you curious to say, aren't you just tired of what you are doing? Through the challenge, through the last week 5-day challenge, I could so clearly say, so like some people, how they are holding dearly of their limiting beliefs, how they are holding what they are comfortable about, and they're not to get out of it, they're not to invest in themselves to become, the next level, right? And that's where I feel like so, like sometimes feel so pitiful, because I saw another different results. I saw when people really step out of their comfort zone to fully commit to themselves, to fully not just showing up, to really invest themselves to grow to the next level, and to keep themselves open, and not just like, okay, I went through the 5 days challenge, and after it finished, okay, I getting back to my old life. Then that's not really changing your life, okay? The most important thing is you take inspired action, to take the next level action, that you can deepen your learning, can deepen your transformation, can help you grow to the next level. So that's the step we want people to catch. And yesterday, during the weekend, I heard some mentors and they share very great inspirations. He mentioned that he's like dozens of years of a successful entrepreneur and business owner, and has thousands of like leaders teams. And he shared one tip. I love that. He said uh, he said it, right? The it means like success or the wisdom is not taught by the teacher, but is caught by the students. Is caught by the students. So for example, the same teacher is teaching the same things, right? The same teacher is teaching the same things to all the students, but among them, maybe just 1% of them really caught it, The message is the same, but only 1% could really caught it. And then they take inspired action to go to the next level because they fully committed to themselves, to their passion business, to their core, to their meaning, to their values, to fulfillment in this world. And then take courageous actions to step into the next level. And then to embrace their new opportunities, their new epiphany, and their new life transformations, and new career, new business, and new like income, wealth, everything, personal development, everything, right? And a better life. And now they become the leaders in their different zones to impact many other people. Like Paco is the host of the top speakers, and he's now impacting many other speakers and to equip many other speakers. And Sambit is in technology, like investment technology innovation area, and he's empowering many other like engineers. And Eric is in a non-profit organization. He's empowering so many vulnerable people, help people to really get their voice out. Even though they are, maybe some of them are deaf, they can still they cannot speak, right? And they can still they can say they cannot speak, and they can help them to really be heard in this world, and let their message, their voice, their soul, their heart to be heard by this world. So all of them become the leaders. What are you waiting for? So my next message is really like, what's your next step you could take that get out of a comfort zone? Any step. You do not necessarily need to become my client. Okay, there are so many great mentors, and like I learned so many mentors and master from them. I'm forever grateful for them because they are not just teaching me, they are role models there, walking their talk and talking their walk, and to showing examples every day, stepping up and showing up and standing out every day. They're being a role model to inspire me. I'm forever grateful. So even though you do not become my client, choose some mentor, choose some good masters to learn from. And by the way, I know my program, like I shared another day, is maybe by far the one of the most I can boast that the one you can get both the highest spirituality and mindset, at the same time get the most detailed strategic and practice. Okay, that's the where you could that's where I can boast my service. Even I can compete with my mentors. That's where I can compete, is not just compete. Okay, I can boast my service. That is, I know it's the greatest value. You can get not just a high end masterminding and transformation visualization, but at the same time, just like the higher level is become the best of yourself, right? The being part, the thinking part. But at the same time, because I have my MBA background, I have my business practice, I love practical things. I love strategic and practical and implementing things to get the tangible results. That's why we can both our clients get at least like a 15% or no 15 times of ROI, return over investment, and some of them get over 35 or get over 100%, 100 times of their ROI, the return of investments, right? That's what we want to help you in both intangible and tangible results, right? So that's why I want to invite you. So at the end, I want to invite you. It's not just to get inspirations, but I would invite you and also challenge you to take some actions. And by the way, even though we just did the challenge last week, it's already finished. I have not decided the next one, the live one, but here I want to give you the best benefits. If you today you join our challenge, you can still hear all the replay for free, the live replay for free by the end of today. And actually I announced last week already, and by the chance you missed it, and today you can register in and you can upgrade to VIP. Just $200 to VIP, you can hear all the live replays, and you can still take the challenges, and you can ask me questions, and we will support you till the end of June. That's like and we still have 3 weeks to go, right? So like it's extended our challenge time to be 3 more times to give you that benefits. Okay, so I just want to give you this opportunity to take action so that you can get yourself to the next level. All right, it's already like 49 minutes. I do not want to go too long, and I hope that you will get inspired and also find your epiphany with our help, with our support, and by taking action, become the creator you are created for. Okay, thank you. Have a wonderful day. Take your momentum and take the action. Okay, bye bye.